Namaskar. Welcome to this session. Brief overview of Python Part 2, Class 11 IP. Learning outcomes. At the end of the session, the students will be able to know about variables and constants, understand the term dynamic typing, learn about various data types and their use in a Python program. These are the topics to be followed. Now, what is a variable? In Python, a variable is a user-defined name that refers to a value at a particular memory location. It is an identifier. That means certainly it follows certain rules for naming. Value can be changed. It can hold different types of values known as dynamic typing. The name should be unique in a program. In Python, actually variable is not a storage container like we have used in other programming languages. Gradually we'll see what is it. Now a variable has three important components associated with it. One is data type, that is type, identity, address in memory, and the value it holds. Both this type and identity of a variable is entirely dependent on the type and address of the value it refers. Now, how to create a variable? This is the standard syntax. Variable name and identifier name is equal to value or expression. Value can be any constant value, int, float, complex, string, or any expression. Here I have defined some variables with some values. Assignment operator is very important here. It plays a vital role. In the first, I have defined a variable name assigned with a string value John. In the second, a marks variable assigned with float value 75.0. Gender variable assigned with again a string value capital M. X variable assigned with an expression, and at last a variable is assigned with a complex number. These are the ways. Now, are these following statements possible? What do you think? No, it is not. Why? A value or an expression cannot appear on the left side of assignment statement, and the variable also should not appear on the right side. Variable must be appear on the left side of the assignment statement, and the value or expression should be appear on the right side. That is the correct syntax for defining a variable. That means a equal to 20, here b equal to a star 2, st equal to within double inverted quotes John, like this. This will be the correct statements. In Python, multiple assignments are also possible, like this. In the first case, variable x, y, z all are assigned with value 100, and the second case, variable a1 is assigned with 5, b1 is with 10, and c1 is with 2.5. This is also possible in Python. Now, as soon as we define a variable with some value, Python internally creates labels referring to these values as shown below. I have defined variable name equal to John, another variable marks with this value, gender equal to this value, and internally Python creates this type of frame and refers to or points to these constants or these values internally. Is the internal diagram. In the above figure, this name, marks, gender all are variables. It can hold different values. It can refer to different values. And John, 75.0 and M are constants respectively. Though they are different types of constants. It is a string constant, it is a floating constant, like that. Earlier we have studied. Let's move to next. What is dynamic typing? In Python, it is a very important feature. A variable pointing to a value of certain type can be made to a value or object of different type. That means here I have defined a variable a equal to 10 integer value. After that, I have again defined it, assigned it with the value string value John, and again with some other value floating value 19.5. These all are possible in Python, but in other languages, what we have studied, what we have learned in C, C++, Java, these were not possible because they were following the static typing rules. What is it? A data type is attached with a variable when it is defined first, and it is fixed. It cannot be changed throughout the program generally. But here, easily a variable can be assigned to any types of values as we want. This is the special feature of Python dynamic typing. Internally, memory diagram is shown. Variable a is pointing to 10 integer value. Again, variable a, same variable is pointing to some other value, and then again same variable is pointing to some floating point value. Now, it is clearly observable that variable a is having different types of data types as per the value it holds or points. But whether address of the variable a changes or it remains same, this is the question. What do you think? Since already I've told you that the address of the variable is also depends on the value it holds. That means when it assigns 10, it holds some other address. When it points to some other value, its address is also changed as per the address of that particular value. Similarly, here also it points to a value which is having an address. Value is having address, very important, and thereby the address of a is also changed. Let's see this program code. Here what is demonstrated? A variable a is assigned with 10. Now let us check the address of both a and 10 and the type of a and 10. What we have seen that this is the address, both a and 10 are same. That means as per this address it is assigned, and data types of both are also same. Similarly, when a is changed to John, some other value, ID of a is also changing as per the ID of address of that value, and data is also changing. Similarly, in this case also. That means what it is observable, address of a variable keeps on changing according to the address of the value it is associated with, and also the type of the variable also changes as per the value it points to. Now let's move on to data types. Data types tells the type of data associated with a variable or an object and allowable operations that can be performed on those data. Suppose, for example, I am using numeric value data type, numeric value 5 and 7 data type, an integer data type, and I am performing some operations with plus. It will give result as 12 after calculation. But when data type is changed, suppose I am using x and y string data type, and I am trying to perform same type of operations with plus, it will result as xy, that is concatenation, not calculation or addition. That means whenever data type changes, the allowable operations are also changed. That is the importance of data type. Now broadly, data types are classified as mutable or immutable in Python. Mutable data types are what? These are modifiable or changeable data type. Examples: lists, dictionaries, sets. That means values can be changed here. Immutable data type: bool, int, float, string, complex, tuples. They are not modifiable. Contents cannot be changed once they are created. Now let's see next. This is the classification of data types in Python. Data types are classified into main 5 categories: numbers, none, sequences, sets, mappings. Numbers are categorized further into 3 types: integer, floating point, complex. Integer is also classified as a boolean, as boolean true and false gives us the integer value 1 and 0. Sequences are further classified into strings, tuples, list, follows a particular order, and mappings is again classified into dictionary. Let us see in the detail. Number stores numeric values. Three types: int, float, complex. Int means whole number, plus and minus both. Float means decimal numbers or real numbers, including negative and positive numbers. And complex means a imaginary real numbers or imaginary numbers both. And complex numbers, what is the use of it? It is a very new feature in Python. It was not in other languages. Complex numbers are quite commonly useful in electrical engineering. There it is used. There is j. What is the value of j? Root over minus 1, imaginary part. But in current electricity, it was denoted as I. Normally mathematical notation it is denoted as I. That is why in Python symbol j is preferred to represent j, that is root over minus 1. Normal convention, it was earlier mathematical or in electric it is used as I. In Python it is used as j, separate notation. Boolean data type is a subtype of integer, true and false, that is 1 and 0. Let us see some codes in Python. Here some data types are shown. Variable equal to some values, a data type of the variable, also the values are shown. Int, float, this is a string, this is the complex, true, this is none, and this is list. Data type is list. Now here type is used to find the data type of any variable or value. Using type we can find at any point of time the data type of the value or variable or object. Now how to get the size of any object or data type? How will come to know that how much memory, how much bytes it is occupied in the memory? Let's check with a small code. I'm defining a variable with 10. Let's see its size. A module is imported named as sys. The function name is get size of a. (14 bytes). That means a is occupying 14 bytes. Similarly, easily you can tell that 10 is also occupying 14 bytes. For any data type we can tell list. This object is occupying 40 bytes and this values also occupying 40 bytes. Easily you can tell by giving the values directly also. This data is occupying here 40 bytes. Empty list, let's see empty list how much occupied, how much bytes it is occupying. Empty list, to write L, 28 bytes by default. That the size is floating value. One check one floating value also. Okay, variable value both you can check any point of time, no problem is there. You can directly give the value also. 16 bytes. These sizes are dependent on the version of the Python interpreter you are using. That means lower version can give you some other sizes also, but this is the normal tendency. Floating point sizes are greater than the integers, and these type of lists are more than that, like that. If you use tuple, by default you just see this is a very important tuple. (20 bytes). That means empty tuple is taking less size as compared to list, like that. Now let's move on to next data types. Sequence. A Python sequence is an ordered collection of items. Each item is indexed by an integer value. Three types of sequence are available: strings, list, tuples. Actually, these are following the particular sequence, that is indexing particular order. Elements are placed in a particular order, starting from 0 in forward direction, forward indexing. Let's see string. What is it? Group of characters enclosed in a double or single quotation. This is a string data type. List. Items are separated with comma, square bracket. Generally it is used to denote similar elements, but we can also use heterogeneous or various type of elements here. Tuples. Items are separated by commas and enclosed in parentheses. That means if we want to see the index, easily we can find the index also, what they're following. Suppose we're writing a list. Let's check if it is 30 elements. What is the index of first element by default? L dot index 1 first element, so the 0. Similarly, tuple is also taking first index 0. See the last index, index of 3, 0, 1, 2. It should be 2. Like that. It is following a particular order. String. First element, let's see, 0. Last element's index. How many characters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can give 7. Or st of index, len of st minus 1. Sorry, square bracket should be there. Indexing. Sorry, length of st. Let's check. Length of st is used. Eight. St. Sorry. Dot index let's check 7. What is the value? Index, sorry, value. Oh, we should use the value, sorry. That means 0. Value of 0. This 5. And similarly you can see the all indexes also, no problem is there. Any index we can find out, no problem are there. Okay, element at 7 we can store the elements and we can then see that no problem is there. Let's see what is the dictionary. It is a mapping type, holds data items in key value pairs enclosed in curly brackets. Every key is separated from its value using a colon sign. Dict equal to roll number, 1, name. These are actually key in a dictionary and these are corresponding values. One rule is there: keys should be immutable type. That means integer, float, string, tuple, like this. Keys cannot be a list, but values can be mutable or immutable type, no problem is there. Keys cannot be repeated. 2 roll number keys cannot be there. Values can be repeated. there is no problem at all. We can repeat the values. These are the rules for using dictionary. Now, in what situations list tuple dictionaries are used? Generally, list is preferred when we want to use similar types of elements and we want to change the elements, like marks, roll numbers, temperatures, like that. These type of elements are stored. But in tuple, think about situation where elements are fixed and generally not changeable. Like if you want to store the latitude and longitude of your location, you can define in a tuple because elements are fixed, two elements, and their value is not changing generally. You can use as a tuple for those type of situations. Now in dictionary, when you want to represent a tabular data, row column data, suppose student database in a school, employee database, employee name, employee code, salary, like that, tabular form, row column form, two-dimensional form, then dictionary is preferable and it is useful for defining those types of data. Very, very important, no problem is there. Now let us see a code, how to define a string, how to define a list, how to define a tuple, how to define dictionary. Here I am trying to assign a list as a key. It is generating error because mutable type cannot be used for a key in a dictionary. Now whether items of a list or tuple are modifiable, the item is mutable, it's where tuple list is mutable, its items are modifiable, and tuples, items of tuples are not modifiable. Let's check. Suppose this is a list, I want to modify the value of the list, first element I want to modify, it is modifiable. If I print the list, it will show like this. But if it is a tuple, just check 10, 20, 30, I want to modify first element or any element, second element, suppose with some value, it is giving object assignment not possible. Suppose item assignment not possible, type error, that means it is showing some errors, it is not possible. Similarly in string also, if I am defining like this, I want to modify the value of a particular element in a string, first element, suppose KBS as A or some value, it is also giving the same message, type error, not modifiable. But dictionary, let's check the dictionary. Suppose roll number 1, name is Ajay, sorry, name Ajay, marks 50, and I want to change the value. I have to use the key because dictionary does not maintain any index. It is an unordered item, no indexing is allowed. It is an unordered collection of items. So I have to use, if I want to change the name, I have to use the key like this. Like this. Now if I want to display the dictionary, this showing name has been changed. That means it is modifiable, it is mutable. That is why. It is not in the syllabus, but it is important. That is why I have kept it here. A set is what? It is an unordered collection of items. You should know. Every set element is unique and must be mutable, cannot be changed. However, set itself is mutable. Set को हम change कर सकते हैं. We can add or remove items from it. That is why it is mutable. Set में element हम add भी कर सकते हैं, remove भी कर सकते हैं, जो कि tuple में possible नहीं था. Set A equal to this. We want to display these things and type set. Elements of a set cannot be mutable types like list, set, or dictionary. Set can be used to perform mathematical set operations like union, intersection, symmetric difference, etc. One important difference between list and tuple is for same number of elements, list is taking more spaces as compared to tuple. It is one of the important most. Tuple execution is faster in a loop. If you use loop, tuples are executed faster as compared to list. This is one of the advantage of tuple. But if you want to modify elements, and these type of elements we want to keep kept in a data as a data, we have to use list, not tuple. That is the important thing. So these are the things. Some assignments are there. See the assignments. After this session, you can also able to solve the assignments. Some questions are there. Solve the assignment with the help of your teacher. There are some questions very, very important. You can solve it. Thank you.